Breathe better and sleep deeper with the Levoit Classic 160 Top Fill Humidifier. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description to get your Levoit Top Fill Humidifier on Amazon today and enjoy a healthier, more comfortable home.
Holmes was a serial killer who preyed on unsuspecting victims during the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago. The exposition was a groundbreaking event that brought together people from all over the world to celebrate science, technology, and culture. Theodore Robert Leeson, later known as H. Holmes, was born on May 16, 1856, in New Jersey. His early life is shrouded in mystery, but it's believed he grew up in a poor family and had limited formal education. He eventually moved to Chicago, where he became involved in the world of finance and real estate. Holmes' modus operandi was to build hotels and boarding houses that catered to unsuspecting travelers and business people. These establishments were designed with secret passages, hidden rooms, and other features that allowed Holmes to trap and kill his victims. He would often use disguises and fake identities to lure his victims into his trap. Holmes' killing spree continued for several months during the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition. He is believed to have killed between 27 and 200 people, although some estimates vary widely. Many of his victims were young women who had traveled to Chicago alone or were seeking work in the city. Despite the efforts of the police, Holmes managed to evade capture for several months. However, he eventually became suspicious of a young journalist named Nellie Condell, who was investigating a series of mysterious disappearances at one of his hotels. When she began to sniff around his operations, Holmes grew increasingly paranoid and killed her in 1894. The police were finally able to track down Holmes after a tip from a former employee led them to an abandoned building on the outskirts of Chicago. On May 27, 1894, Holmes was arrested and later confessed to several murders during the World's Columbian Exposition. Holmes' trial was highly publicized, with newspapers across the country following his case closely. He was eventually convicted of 27 counts of murder and sentenced to death by hanging. However, he managed to avoid execution by claiming insanity at his trial, despite his eventual capture and conviction. Holmes spent only a few months in prison before being transferred to a mental institution due to concerns about his sanity. He died on November 7, 1896, was written by several doctors who testified that Holmes was not mentally fit to commit crimes. The story of H. Holmes was also told in the books from the perspective of Nellie's character, and the point of view novel provides a detailed and haunting account of the exposition, with an account of his life as the serial killer who used these grounds to his prey on victims who came to Chicago from 1893. Killed many people during the fair that became notorious for his crimes. In the case, he had killed over 100.